felt like I had it under control. You know, like I could quit anytime I wanted. Then it started creeping up on me. It was consuming my life like a cancer growing inside me. I knew I needed help, but
I didn't know where to turn. I never felt like he understood me. I tried to talk to him about it, but he just kept turning his back. It was like he was a stranger in our own home. I felt completely alone. His job was taking over his life.
And I was taking it out on Trish and the kids. I hated my boss. The thing is, when I was abusing them, it was always my boss's face I was imagining. I just wanted to... I saw myself smashing his face with a brick. Over and 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 over.
Sound familiar? We've all been there. Life is no bed of roses. Hi, I'm Peter Bonners, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Lisa. As a professional actor, my life has its ups and downs just like everybody else's. One minute everybody loves you and the encores never end, but at other times it seems like no one cares if you're alive or dead. It can be pretty doggone discouraging. But recently, I've discovered something. It's called the 6-step system to personal power, and I think it's so important, a system so unique, that I feel it's my duty to share it with you, my friends. Now, if you're completely satisfied with your life, go ahead, switch the channel. If there isn't one aspect of your life you think could be improved, I want you to walk across the room and turn off the television set. You're still watching, aren't you? That's because you want to transform your life. You want to have more power, more productivity, more profit. Well, you just stay tuned, because this could be the most important television program you have ever watched. If you've got 6 minutes, we've got your lifetime.
Okay, Mr. Bonners, we're ready for you.
Come on. We've got work to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who has turned more tears into smiles, more pain into gain, Mr. Success himself. Please give a warm welcome to the host of our show, Mr. Peter Bonners.
Oh, come on. Let me ask you something. Who here wants to make a change in their life, huh?
Me.
Who wants to take control of their future?
Me.
Who wants to profit from power?
Me.
You know, I am getting a great feeling about the energy in this room at this time. Everyone in this room is a unique and very special person, with their own hopes and dreams, needs and desires. But you know, for all our differences, folks, there is one thing we all share: the hunger. The hunger for something better, whether it's the sweet smell of success, the inviting aroma of revenge, or that intoxicating taste for power. If you're fed up with having to swallow whatever dirt life dishes out, well, let me tell you something. Our 6-step system right up here is what you need.
Excellent.
I'll tell you what let's do. Let's meet a man who's had enough of being powerless. And you know what he did? He did something about it. I'll tell you, things couldn't be better for him right now, but a few months back, his outlook on life wasn't quite so sunny.
I mean, I'm a hardworking guy, honest and all. I mean, I've never cheated on my income tax. I always do what I'm told. I toe the line. I never rocked the boat. But I'm just not happy. Everyone else is getting ahead and I'm going nowhere. I don't know what to do. I feel lost, alone. Everything is just a lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the old Jack Lebensraum. Now let's see the miracle of the system at work. Let's meet the new Jack Lebensraum. So how does it feel to watch yourself on that tape? That was recorded when? Well over a year ago, huh?
Well, actually, Peter, it was less than 6 months ago that I discovered the system. But already my life is so much better. I mean, that was the old me. I can hardly look at that now. It's amazing, Peter, the turn my life has taken since I found the system.
And all this in less than 6 months.
Right. I mean, once you accept step one, for instance, the difference is like night and day.
We say that a lot here.
Yeah, it was like a great burden was lifted off my shoulders. It's really hard for me to describe.
Go ahead, try.
Well, it was like a very powerful force was guiding me.
You know, I hear that all the time. The descriptions vary from person to person, of course, but all of our graduates seem to experience feelings of great calm. They tell me it's almost as though a great burden of responsibility has been lifted from their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulders, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But I must tell you, the turning point for me was step two.
That would be placing blame where it belongs.
Right. Now, I was taking blame for things that really weren't my fault and then taking it out on Janice and the kids. Oh, and I should have been directing that anger toward the source. Now, the system taught me how to use my anger. So now I'm not held back by those feelings of shame, guilt, and responsibility. I feel so free, almost happy.
That's just great, Jack. Let's hope your boss discovers the system in time, huh? Oh. You know, people all across this great country of ours are letting the system put them on the road to success. And it sure makes me feel good to know that what I'm doing is making a difference. Coming up next, a tale of triumph and tragedy, the story of a woman who refused to give up.
World-renowned actor and entertainer Peter Bonners, long a friend to presidents and heads of state, now brings to you the secrets of personal power that world leaders and top decision-makers have known about for years. Peter, a tireless campaigner for equality the world over, couldn't stand to see this knowledge wasted upon the privileged few. He insisted this vital information be shared with the people who needed it most, people like you. Mr. Bonners has accepted no money for this endorsement. His only payment is the thanks of the people he has helped the world over. Call the toll-free number at the bottom of your screen now to receive the amazing 6-step system. This exciting offer is only available for a limited time, so don't delay. Order now.
A wise man once said, "A person cannot really appreciate health until he or she has known sickness." How true. Opposites create the vital energy that powers our lives. Good and evil, love and hate, day and night, cats, dogs, naughty and nice, I could go on. You can't have one without having the other. The 6-step system knows the world is not all sunshine and roses. If it was, you wouldn't have any need for systems like this. No, the real value of the system lies in the fact that it utilizes pain as much as pleasure, love as much as hate. Now, one of the first lessons the system teaches you is to harness the power of hatred to radically rebuild your life. I'll tell you what let's do. Let's listen to this woman's story.
I was on my way home from work. I was working part-time at the senior center, you know, helping old people. Anyway, I was on my way home when suddenly, from out of nowhere, I see the headlights coming toward me. I tried to swerve out of the way, but it all happened so fast. That fraction of a second is burned in my mind forever. They hit me head on. Everyone in that car was killed on impact. It was teenagers, they told me. High on something, I guess. The last thing I remember was the sound of their car radio. It was deafening. It was the most awful noise I have ever heard. I was sure I was going to die. My life was flashing before my eyes, and then everything went black. Well, the next thing I knew, I was in a hospital bed, and a doctor was telling me that I'd never walk again. At first, I couldn't believe it. But after several months of therapy and the bills piling up, well, eventually I had no choice but to accept the fact that I'd be a cripple for the rest of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet and greet Alice Huber. Hi, Alice. Thank you so much for coming with us today.
Well, hello, Mr. Bonners.
Oh, now, don't call me Mr. Bonners. You, Alice, call me Peter.
Peter.
And I have to tell you, right off the bat, you look great.
Oh.
That's a terrific color for you. Doesn't she look great? Isn't that a nice color? Now, Alice, I know you've overcome some pretty incredible obstacles, right? Why don't you share with us your story? Because I know it's pretty incredible.
Well, Peter, it's just like I said. I had given up hope. I thought that I would never walk again.
You must have been feeling a lot of anger, Alice.
I was, Peter. I felt bitter and powerless, and there was so much hate inside of me with no way to let it out. Then one day I happened to turn on your show, and you were explaining step 5. You know, the one about how to use your hatred. I felt like you were speaking directly to me. I ordered the program thinking that I had nothing to lose.
What happened next, Alice?
Well, the package arrived in the mail, and the booklet was great. But what really pulled me through was the cassette tape.
Ah, you mean Ask Questions Later.
Yes. It taught me how to use my hate as a healing tool. The power of the tape started making my legs tingle. A little movement at first, and then slowly, surely, I regained full use of my legs.
We're almost talking miracle here, you know that, Alice? Did things get better from there?
Well, it wasn't easy, Peter. I still have some pain from time to time, but I'm back at work and feeling stronger than ever. And I owe it all to you.
You mean you owe it to the system. Alice, thank you so much for being with us today. Pretty inspirational, isn't it, folks? I'm sure that you and the audience are curious to find out more about the system for yourselves. So when we come back, we'll be getting to some of your questions.
Call the toll-free number at the bottom of your screen now to receive the amazing 6-step system. If you call right now, you'll also receive as our free gift to you, Ask Questions Later, the audio cassette companion to the system. This exciting offer is only available for a limited time, so don't delay. You can see that the system works miracles. Why? Because it's simple. Follow the 6 easy steps. Use the power of the Ask Questions Later audio companion. You'll see immediate results. 10 minutes a day is all you need.
You know, wherever I go, I meet people who've heard about the system. And regardless of their station or walk of life, they all have the same basic question. How can the system help me? Well, we've got some people here today in our studio audience. Let's ask them. You, sir. So you're a person?
Yes, Peter. First of all, I want to say watch your show all the time whenever it's on. We really love it.
You folks like the show?
And my wife and I, we've been married happily for about 14 years.
That's terrific.
We want to ask you a serious question.
That's what you're doing right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been trying to find a couch set for our living room.
Right.
And we were wondering if the system would help us arrive at the right decision.
A classic case. Step 2. Next.
Yes, Peter, I have some trouble reading. And, well, I was wondering if the system or how the system could help me to get better grades in school.
Yes, it can. Step 4. You know, that's a telephone. We've got some calls on our open line. Hello? You're on the air.
Hi, Peter. I'm really close to buying the system, you know, and all this sounds great to me, but, well, here's the deal. I'm happy with my life. I have no big complaints, no gripes. What exactly can the system do for me?
I'm really glad you brought that up, because not only can the system work for you when you're down, but it can take a good life and make it even better. Our computerized research shows that by employing the system in your daily routine, there is a marked change in every aspect of your life. Finance, romance, you name it.
Eric Sturmer, a fairly successful executive in an accounting firm, making a comfortable living. Life was good, but he wasn't satisfied. He wanted more. After applying the system to his own career, Eric began to notice immediate results. Eric's meteoric rise through the ranks of his corporation was phenomenal. After only 1 month, he was promoted to area manager. 6 months later, he was made district supervisor, and so on and so on and so on. Thanks to the system, Eric is now the president of a multinational corporation with headquarters in 62 countries around the world. Who knows where it could end?
Incredible? Not really. What you've seen here tonight is only the tip of the iceberg. With the system on your side, there's no limit how far you can go. All you have to do is set yourself free. Free from the chains that tie you down. You know the chains I'm talking about: doubt, fear, guilt, responsibility. Come on. The only responsibility you have, friend, is to yourself. We all know the world is a miserable and hateful place. But heck, hatred isn't the problem. The problem is you don't know how to use it. And because of this, you are weak. You've got to let hatred become a guiding force in your life. But no one else can do this for you. You have to take the first step. The 6-step system holds the key to unlock your full potential. And you know, it's only a phone call away. Are you going to let a phone call stand between you and a powerful new life? You know, the longer you wait, the more you risk getting crushed by the many and the strong who've already joined our system. Won't you join the system? Ask questions later. Join now. Just join.
The 6-step system, power unleashed in its most potent form. If you're ready to join the ever-growing number of people who have let the system work for them, the time to act is now. Call the toll-free number on your screen right now. Order the 6-step system Peter talked about for the phenomenally low price of $9.99. Not only will you get the system that could change your life forever, you'll also receive absolutely free the Ask Questions Later audio cassette, the complimentary oral companion to the 6-step system. But don't delay. Due to overwhelming demand, supplies are limited. Don't miss out. Order now.